Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Marjorie. Today I'm going to be creating some wreath attachments just to show you that you can do some of your own wreath attachments and so you can save a little bit of money. So here I have some Dollar Tree ribbon that I cut at, I believe it was 25 inches. I can't remember. It was around that. And then I have these floral wires that I'm just hot gluing everything together, and I'm just showing you that it actually does work. So the top one that I'm not working on, I actually tried some of that fabric glue, and the only thing I don't like about it is that it takes 2 to 4 hours to dry. It will get it pretty stiff. I know that I've used that fabric fusion before. So here with the hot glue, it's pretty quick and easy, and it's almost instantaneously. And so I have this jumbo straw that I had got from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just wrapping this around the straw, and I'm showing you how to make some little curlicues. So I actually did 3 of them, and I'm going to take another one of these floral wires and some matching white tape. They do have all this in green, but I prefer the white. Now I will say I tried this 22 gauge wire. I was thinking it was going to be a little bit more sturdy, and it does work fine, especially when you double it up and stuff. And then I just wrapped this floral wire tape around it. But if I were to do this differently, then I would definitely use like an 18 gauge, because the 18 gauges are thicker and they're definitely more sturdy. But this does work out just fine. I just think with the 18 gauge you will actually cut a little bit of cost, because you won't have to be doubling up on some of those attachments. And so just remember, if you're looking at floral wire, the larger the number, the smaller the diameter of the wire. So while 18 gauge is a smaller number than the 22, it is actually a thicker wire, and it's more sturdy. So here, after I've attached it, that's just how you make those curlicues. Here's a different DIY that I'm showing you, and basically I'm just going to make some pom-poms. I'm showing you how to make the pom-pom, and you see the bag to the right is full of pom-poms. You can actually attach these pom-poms to some floral wire as well, which you'll see me do in here just a minute. So I wrapped the yarn multiple times, probably about 50 or 60 times around my hand, and then I just tie a piece of yarn. I tried to do it tight, but as I was fluffing it out and stuff, I realized I didn't tie it too tight. So I cut all the end pieces, and then I'm just going to trim them to fluff them out. And it was around this point when I realized I didn't tie it too tight. So the trimmed yarn was coming apart, so I just take another piece of yarn and tie it right on top of that, even tighter. And I leave a little bit just so I can handle the pom-pom, and I just trim and shake until it's how I like it. So here I am just taking some of the pom-poms, and what I did is actually placed a dab of hot glue at the end, and I'm gluing the pom-poms on. So I took one floral wire and bent it in half, because I'm going to add the other 2 pom-poms on it, and just so you can see. Now y'all will have to forgive me, because I was in the middle of doing Valentine's Day wreaths and decor and stuff like that, and the majority, if not all of these, will be shown in like Valentine's Day colors. So keep just keep in mind that while these are just Valentine's Day colors and stuff, you can do it for any season. You could pretty much make picks out of anything you want to add on as wreath embellishments. And yes, a lot of this is redundant where I'm using the floral wire and the floral tape. But what it does is it just makes an absolute inexpensive and adorable pick for you to use. And I do originally like to leave them a little bit longer, but then I will trim them down as I attach them to the wreath. So here's a different way. This was a pick that I had got, and it already has an alligator clip on the end. I got it from Amazon, and I had this heart from Hobby Lobby, and I just glued it on there, and then you can actually just use the alligator clip to attach it to your wreath design. Or it doesn't even have to be wreath. You can add it to your floral, or all of these to your floral arrangements as well. So I have this heart pack, and I took it apart, and here I don't know what I'm doing. But here I'm going to show you. You could definitely, again, you could do 1, 3, 5, however many you want, excuse me, to make a pick. I like to work in odd numbers for when I'm doing picks and stuff like that. For some reason, I just seem to like it better. And you'll see all of these at the end. So here I just have some vase filler, which these I got from Hobby Lobby several years ago after Christmas sale. Dollar Tree sells these as well. So I just took one of those floral picks, bent it in half, and I'm going to add these balls on it. I'm just sticking it right through. I don't use any hot glue except on the first and the last ball, and you'll see here in just a little bit. So now I have the two, if you look on the left, I have the two picks made. And then I'm just taking another floral wire. I bent it into three sections, and then I'm just again going to use my tape and tape it together. This one I did too, just because for the video's sake. I should have done 3 or more just so you guys could get a better look, but I didn't like it with just the 2, but I do like it with 3. Now if you are wanting to learn how to do, or what kind of picks you can do, you can definitely look at a craft store and look at what kind of picks they sell. And any of this stuff you can actually add greenery with it as well if you would like. So I have these heart packs. I think it's a 6-pack of foam hearts that I got from Hobby Lobby on a clearance sale a year or 2 ago. And I've just got some of this gray fluffy yarn from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to wrap it all the way around this heart. Now I did start doing this last year, and I actually used the pink, white, and gray colors, so I think those are a very beautiful color combination. And I do hot glue little pieces here and there as I go around, just basically where the points are at the end and at the top, because it's just hard for the yarn to stay in place without putting multiple layers in one area. But I'm trying to just not actually do multiple layers and just do one right after the other. But this is pretty easy and does just take a little time to do, so you can listen to music, watch a movie, or whatever just to pass your time. So although I ran out, I just cut another piece and glued it right up to the other yarn, and you cannot tell the difference of where I had actually glued it together or not. And I was just showing you there how the gap started in between the yarn, and that's what you want to be careful of, and just to make sure that you're actually pushing your yarn together, holding it as tight as possible. This tip right there is probably the hardest one to control, but I just took the excess of the yarn, and instead of cutting it off, I just used it to cover the other areas. And then I'm taking a pick and just putting a tiny dab of hot glue at the bottom so it doesn't come out. And I want to make sure it's in there far enough, but not to where it's coming out the other side. And so here's the 3 hearts that I did previously, where I attached it to one of those alligator clips, and it's so gorgeous. So here, this is pretty simple. These are the little wood cutouts from the Dollar Tree as well, and they come 15 to a pack, and all I'm doing is just getting 2 of those hearts along with the love word and gluing them together to make another pick. So I believe this is my last one, but I just take one of those floral wires, add a little dab of glue, and I have this chunky yarn that I had got from Walmart, and all I do is wrap it around the floral wire, and I put a little dab of glue at the end where I started, and then at the very end of the pick is where I will actually attach another dab of glue, and so it'll stay on there pretty nice, not fall off. I did do this with I think it's a size 7 yarn, but you could actually do it with a smaller size, which might, just depending on what you like, may be better or not. And then I just made a little curly Q on the ends of it. And again, definitely with the more heavier attachments, I would use the size 18 gauge wire, just because there's going to be so much weight on here. So these are all the picks in the end, and I appreciate you stopping by, watching how to do this. I definitely hope that you will try your hand at making some. I appreciate y'all, and thank you for everything, all your support, and I hope you guys have a blessed week. Thank you.